This video is brought to you by Two Asian Blokes podcast. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube for more content like this. Hi guys, just me today. Okay, so I'm gonna try and condense the entire plot of Attack on Titan up to the end of the first half of Season 4 into a 20-minute video. This anime is pretty confusing, plot gets pretty wild, so I need some reminding as to what the hell is going on before I watch the final season, which is coming really soon. This video is intended as a recap for those that have watched and are familiar with the anime. It is in no way a replacement for watching the anime, so if you haven't watched it, I strongly suggest you stop this video and go watch it. A, because it's a sick anime, and B, because if you haven't watched it, this video will only serve to confuse and enrage you. Also, I won't be covering anything from the manga because I haven't read it. Alright, let's do this. So, we got our three main characters, Mikasa, the quiet badass, Armin, the sensitive nerd, and Eren Yeager, the yelliest punchiest boy in their hometown of Shiganshina. The series starts off pretty mysterious and establishes early that in this world, humanity lives in constant fear of these giant humanoid creatures called Titans. No one really knows how the Titans appeared, only that they are big, sometimes fast, and they eat humans. To be safe of these Titans, humanity has taken to living behind three giant walls. All human civilization lives in a kingdom enclosed by these walls, with the rich living in the innermost area and the poor living in the outermost area. Shiganshina, our main character's hometown, is in the outer area. Being on the outer area means that there is only one wall separating them from the Titans. This wall is called Wall Maria. Eren, Mikasa, and Armin are children living in relative peace in Shiganshina, protected by Wall Maria, which has done a good job at keeping Titans away for over 100 years. However, this all changes with one day two Titans that nobody has ever seen before appear out of nowhere. One is later called the Armored Titan because it is encased in a hard outer shell. The other is later called the Colossal Titan and is massive even by Titan standards. It also looks like a walking human anatomy lesson. Being as big as it is, the Colossal Titan easily breaks a hole in Wall Maria, which lets in a bunch of smaller Titans. These Titans proceed to wreck Shiganshina, killing and eating almost everyone, including Eren's mom. Eren, Mikasa, and Armin manage to escape thanks to a friendly neighborhood soldier called Hans. Fueled by Eren's newfound hatred of Titans for killing his mom and ruining his life, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin decide to join the Scout Regiment of the army. The army basically runs the kingdom and is split into three regiments: the Scout Regiment, which ventures beyond the walls to gather intel on what's going on out there, the Garrison Regiment, which maintains the walls to prevent and maintain any Titan breaches, and the Military Police, who serve as the personal guards of the royal family. The Scout Regiment is easily the most dangerous as they are the ones that encounter Titans the most. Joining the Scouts is basically a death sentence, but that's what our main characters decide to do because that gives Eren the best chance of killing Titans. So, the three become army cadets, where they meet a whole bunch of secondary characters who will become their best friends. There's John, who kind of becomes Eren's rival, Sasha, who grew up in the woods and loves eating, Reiner, who's buff, Berthold and Marco, who seem like nice guys, Annie, who is similar to Mikasa, Connie, who is a small guy with a shaved head, Krista, who seems like a bit of a princess, and Ymir, who seems to be in love with Krista. Together, the group of ragtags train to fight Titans by becoming proficient in both combat and movement using their 3D maneuvering gear, which allows them to Spider-Man around the place and fly crotch first through the sky to outpace and outmaneuver Titans. They learn that Titans can only be killed by slicing the nape of their neck, so the use of this gear in addition to their twin swords is key to their victory and survival. They do about 3 years of training, and when they graduate, most of the gang decide to join the Scout Regiment along with Eren. They get stationed in a town called Trost, which is on the outskirts of the second wall of the kingdom called Wall Rose. Then suddenly, the Colossal Titan appears and smashes a hole in Wall Rose before disappearing. Titans start coming in through the hole and Trost needs to evacuate. Eren and the gang are sent to hold off the Titans while the town gets evacuated. Lots of people die and get eaten, including Marco. Armin is about to be eaten, but Eren sacrifices himself and gets eaten instead. Things look pretty bleak, but then an abnormal Titan that no one has seen before appears and starts beating up Titans, allowing the Scouts to get the upper hand on the Titans. They go back outside and see that Eren has appeared out of the nape of the neck of the abnormal Titan. Evidently, he has somehow gained the power to morph into a Titan. Naturally, the army freaks out and at first tries to kill Eren, before ultimately being convinced that they can use Eren's power for their own gain. For his part, Eren doesn't remember how he got these powers, only that it has something to do with the key that he wears around his neck, a key that his father gave him before disappearing, a key that opens the basement of his house in Shiganshina, which is full of secrets. Armin comes up with a plan that involves Eren turning into a Titan, then lifting a boulder to plug the hole in the wall while everyone distracts the Titans. After some difficulty, it works. Then Eren is arrested and is put on death row, before being rescued by Erwin, who is the super smart commander of the Scout Regiment, and his second in command, Captain Levi, who is a stone cold killer. Levi beats Eren up in court to convince everyone that he can be controlled, so Eren gets put in the Scout Regiment again in order to train and become better at controlling his Titan powers. The scouts go out on an exhibition and are immediately attacked by another abnormal titan. This one is a girl, and based on its intelligence, Armin suspects that there is also a human that is able to transform into a titan. The girl titan tries to kidnap Eren. Eren turns into a titan and tries to fight her but gets wrecked. Luckily, Levi and Erwin turn up to rescue him. The girl titan disappears. When they get back to the city, Eren gets arrested again as the military police decide the scouts can't take care of him. Armin comes up with a plan to break Eren out, and it is there that he reveals that he knew the identity of the girl titan all along. It was Annie, the female member of their crew that kind of resembles the girl titan. He lures Annie into a trap, forcing her to transform into a titan, and Eren beats her up in titan form. But before they can interrogate her to find out what the hell is going on, she annoyingly freezes herself into a crystal. In another shocking twist, they find out that the walls are made out of titans using the same crystal hardening ability. The group decide to get Eren to learn this ability in order to plug the hole in Wall Maria and take back the outer ring of the city from the titans. A few things happen. We meet the Beast Titan for the first time, which is a super creepy, super intelligent, Bigfoot looking titan that can actually talk. It leads an attack on the Scout Regiment's headquarters, which forces Ymir to reveal that she can also turn into a titan, albeit an ugly golem looking one. She turns into a titan to protect the scouts, especially Krista, who she loves, but begins to be overwhelmed. Luckily, the mad scientist of the scouts, Hanji, arrives with backup and saves them all. Just as the dust is settling, Reiner takes Eren aside and explains that he is the armored titan and Berthold is the colossal titan. Eren is upset by this. Reiner and Berthold manage to kidnap Eren and Ymir, and they explain in a vague way that they are part of a group of intelligent titans and they want Eren and Ymir to join them. Eren refuses, but Ymir says yes if they promise Krista will be protected. Oh yeah, it turns out Krista's real name is Historia Rice, and she is secretly a member of a noble family called the Rice family. So Reiner and Berthold kidnap Krista/Historia, and they begin to take her, Ymir, and Eren to the rest of their group. Luckily, Erwin and the rest of the scouts arrive to rescue Eren. As they're making their escape, Eren learns that he possesses the ability to control other titans. He uses this ability to kill the titan that ate his mom, getting a whole bunch of other titans to eat it. Erwin's crew escapes to Wall Rose, and Reiner, Berthold, and Ymir escape to Wall Maria. Judging from everything that Reiner told Eren, Hanji theorizes that all titans are humans, which is a game changer. This knowledge is short-lived, however, because Historia and Eren get kidnapped by a dude named Kenny the Ripper, who is Levi's uncle/mentor. It turns out that the person that hired Kenny is a guy named Rod Rice, who is Historia's real father and also the secret true king within the walls. This means that Historia is not only of noble blood, but actually of royal blood. Hanji does some science and discovers that when a titan eats an abnormal titan, they become a human who can transform to a titan at will and gains the powers of whoever they ate. This coincides with a scene where Eren's memories get unlocked by Historia and Rod Rice. We learn that on the day Wall Maria was breached, Eren's dad injected shit into Eren, turning him into a titan. He then ate his father, which gave him the powers of the founding titan, which Eren's father had originally stolen from the Rice family. Rod Rice now seeks to rectify this by chaining Eren up in a sexy way and turning Historia into a titan in order to eat Eren, thus bringing the founding titan back into the royal family. He's hired Kenny the Ripper and his goons to make sure that no one interferes. So Levi and his squad interfere with the ritual, busting in and fighting Kenny and his goons. They win the fight, Kenny goes to betray Rod Rice, and Historia breaks the injection of titan serum on the ground. In his despair, Rod Rice licks the serum off the ground and turns into a massive crawling titan. The cavern begins to collapse, but Eren drinks a random vial of fluid, and this gives him the crystal-making ability to keep the cavern from collapsing. The team then go outside and find that Rod Rice's crawling titan form is basically unstoppable and is crawling steadily to the city. They manage to stop it by chucking bombs into its mouth. Historia kills Rod Rice when he explodes out of the body, then she becomes the new queen. She doesn't possess any titan powers, nor does she possess the memories of Rod Rice, but she is determined that she is going to use the powers of the founding titan to save humanity, unlike all the other kings and queens before her. Also, Kenny is dying from the cave collapsing on him, but he has a vial of titan serum which would turn him into a titan and save his life if he were to use it. However, rather than becoming a titan, he decides to give the vial to Levi and die. With Historia as queen, the kingdom begins to get their shit together. Hanji develops a system of killing titans efficiently using Eren's hardening ability to block off gaps in the wall and dropping giant logs on the heads of titans that try to squeeze through. Eren comes up with a plan to plug the hole in Wall Maria in Shiganshina, which will also give Eren a chance to use his necklace key to access his dad's basement of secrets. The mission is going well until Reiner shows up within the walls and turns into the armored titan. The Beast Titan also shows up outside the wall. Reiner fights Eren while the Beast Titan chucks rocks at Erwin's crew. With the help of the other scouts, Eren is able to beat Reiner when Berthold appears in a flying barrel and transforms into the Colossal Titan. Things look pretty dire, so Erwin leads his troops on a suicidal charge on the Beast Titan. They all get wrecked, but it gives Levi the opening he needs to come in and own the Beast Titan. However, really annoyingly, before he can land the finishing blow, the man inside the Beast Titan is rescued by a new abnormal Titan, a weird-looking nimble Titan with a backpack, which is later referred to as the Cart Titan. Meanwhile, the scouts manage to defeat Reiner using some new missile technology. They also defeat Berthold by having Armin sacrifice his life. But suddenly, the man inside the Beast Titan appears on the back of the Cart Titan. He tells Eren that he will someday come back and rescue him before he spots Levi coming and cheeses it, leaving Berthold to his fate. However, he does manage to save Reiner before he makes his escape. Levi returns to Eren with the serum of Titan juice that Kenny had given him. However, he is forced to choose between using the serum to save Armin's life or Erwin's life. After being yelled at by Mikasa and Eren, he decides to use the serum on Armin. Armin turns into a Titan and eats Berthold, giving him the powers of the Colossal Titan. Erwin dies. After the battle, Eren and the others go into his dad's basement of secrets. There they learn the truth about the outside world and Eren's dad's backstory. We also get a massive exposition dump explaining the complicated history of the Rice family and the kingdom in which the anime is set. Basically, Titans all began when a girl named Ymir Fritz accidentally came into contact with the devil, becoming the first Titan, or the founding Titan. When Ymir died, her Titan powers split into 9 special variants and got distributed across different noble families, but the powers of the founding Titan stayed within the Fritz family, which was the royal family of the kingdom known as Eldia. Now that Eldia had Titan powers on their side, they waged war with their neighboring kingdoms, specifically a kingdom called Mali. This war continued until a king named Karl Fritz came into power. Karl Fritz felt bad about the destruction his family's war had caused, so he took all his Eldians to an island called Paradise, walled his kingdom off behind 3 giant walls, and used the founding Titan's powers of memory erasure to make all his citizens forget about the war and the world beyond the walls. The powers of the founding Titan, as well as Karl Fritz's memories, were passed down through a ritual where the eldest heir of the Fritz family, now called the Rice family, is transformed into a Titan and eats the current possessor of the founding Titan's powers and memories. This ritual is meant to occur every 13 years, but Eren's father fucked up the last ritual, which resulted in Eren inadvertently getting the founding Titan's powers. Eren's dad is actually from a kingdom beyond the walls called Mali, a longtime enemy of Eldia. In Mali, Eldians are persecuted for their past crimes of their people and live as second-class citizens. Eren's dad Grisha joins a resistance movement that works to restore Eldians' rights, but he gets ratted on by his son, who is Eren's half-brother and the man who was inside the Beast Titan all along. This man's name is Zeke. After Zeke rats him out to the authorities, Grisha and the rest of the resistance gets arrested and taken to Paradise, where they all get turned into Titans and let loose. Just before Grisha gets turned, he's saved by an undercover Eldian who reveals himself to be an abnormal Titan called the Attack Titan. Since this guy is dying due to the 13-year lifespan of humans who have Titan abilities, he decides to pass his powers on to Grisha, who vows to infiltrate Paradise and steal the founding Titan's abilities. This is how Eren ended up with the powers of the Attack Titan and the founding Titan. Historia decides to release all this information to the public, and the kingdom works towards clearing away the Titans. Eventually, the scout regiment are able to ride so far that they discover the ocean, as well as a port that has been used by the Malians to sail to Paradise in order to turn their criminals into Titans. There is a 4-year time lapse, and we are transported to the kingdom of Mali across the sea, which is quite different from the kingdom inside the walls that we have come to love. The kingdom of Mali appears to be more modern, with airships, cars, and electricity. The Malians treat their Eldians like dirt and use them as cannon fodder in their walls, turning them into Titans and dropping them from an airship onto their enemy's base. In Mali, we are introduced to a cast of new Malian characters, a group of elite child soldiers who are training to be the next inheritors of the abnormal Titan's powers. There's Gabby, who is the Eren of the group, Falco, who I guess is the Armin, and Colt, Udo, and Zofia, who are also there. They are comrades in arms, but also in competition to inherit the power of the Armored Titan from Reiner, who is nearing the end of his 13-year career as the Armored Titan and now has PTSD because of all the time he spent in Paradise. We are also introduced to the characters currently in possession of the Special Titan's powers. There's Piek, who is the wielder of the Cart Titan's powers, and Porco, who is in charge of the Titan we haven't seen before called the Jaw Titan. We learn that the Kingdom of Mali has has been in a 4-year war with a group of nations called the Mid-East Alliance. They managed to defeat them and end the war using the Titans' powers they currently have, but Zeke realizes that with all the anti-Titan technology advancement being made, it is only a matter of time before the power of the Titans becomes insufficient to maintain power. That is why they want to invade Eldia for their resources and to reclaim the power of the founding Titan. We are introduced to a noble family of Mali called the Tiber family, which is the richest and most influential family in Mali because they possess control of a special Titan called the Warhammer Titan. Zeke proposes to the head of the Tiber family to launch an attack on Paradise using the combined strength of the Warhammer Titan and the Beast Titan. Reiner is about to kill himself when he remembers that Gabby, Falco and the others need him, so he decides not to kill himself. Speaking of Falco, he becomes friends with a wounded Eldian soldier named Kruger, who asks him to post some letters for him, which he does happily. We also get a play performed by Willie Tiber, head of the Tiber family, in which he confesses the truth about his family's history with King Fritz. He says that King Fritz actually faked his defeat and fled to Paradise because he longed for peace. Fritz vowed that if the peace was broken, he would let loose the Titans in the walls, an effect called the rumbling, and rain destruction on whoever threatened the peace. However, Willie suggests that this story too was fabricated. He goes on to say that the power of the founding Titan is now with a man named Eren Yeager, who is a threat because he does not share the Fritz family's ideals of peace. Meanwhile, the wounded Eldian soldier Kruger, who Falco befriended, turns out to be Eren Yeager. He has a tense conversation with Reiner in the basement of the theater, and just as Willie is declaring war on Eldia, Eren transforms into a Titan, crashing up through the stage and killing him. Eren goes on a rampage, killing many of the spectators, including Zofia. Gabby, Colt and Udo manage to flee, but Udo is severely injured. Willie's sister turns into the Warhammer Titan and has a fight with Eren's attack Titan. She's about to win when Mikasa appears to save Eren. Then Eren is about to eat Willie's sister when Porco's Jaw Titan comes to save her. Then the Jaw Titan is about to eat Eren when Levi and his squad come to save him. Then the Jaw Titan is about to be killed when the Tart Titan comes and saves him. Armin arrives as a Colossal Titan and a big fight happens. Basically, the end result of the fight is that Eren and the gang escape back to Paradise on an airship, Eren having successfully gained the powers of the Warhammer Titan. However, Sasha is shot and killed by Gabby, who snuck onto their airship along with Falco. The two get captured and brought before Zeke, who seems to be working with Paradise now. Everyone gets mad at Eren for acting on his own and getting Sasha killed. Eren gets arrested once he gets back to Paradise. We learn that soon after they discovered the docks on their island, a ship full of Malian defectors led by a woman named Yelena arrived and started giving them intelligence about Mali, about their technology and their plans for attack. This led to some advancements in tactics and technology, a new plan of attack on Mali, and an uneasy alliance between themselves, the Malian defectors, and a new group of Japanese people called the Hizuru clan. The Hizuru clan offered to help Zeke protect Paradise by using the rumbling, but this alliance fell through, resulting in the plans being changed. Impatient with the flip-flopping of the military and everybody's inaction, Eren decided to launch his own attack on Mali, inadvertently getting the scouts involved and getting Sasha killed. The people of Paradise are divided, with some against Eren's actions but some praising his actions. These pro-Eren soldiers form a group called the Jaegerists, and they end up killing the commander and taking power of the military, freeing Eren in the process. Mikasa and Armin start thinking whether Eren has become a bad guy, and after doing some bad guy shit, Eren goes off to meet Zeke, who is being held captive in the woods by Levi's crew. Also, Falco and Gabby have a side adventure where they begin to question their deeply ingrained anti-Eldian mentality. They find out that Sasha was actually pretty cool and Gabby shouldn't have killed her. Zeke, meanwhile, tries to escape from Levi using a plan that involves having Levi's troops drink wine that has been spiked with his spinal fluids, roaring to turn them all into titans, then cheesing it. It doesn't work, and he ends up with his limbs chopped off and a bomb strapped to his chest. We get his backstory and find out that his plan to save Eldians by using the power of the founding titan to euthanize them. Eren is seemingly on board with this plan. Having revealed that, Zeke detonates the bomb in his chest, seemingly killing both himself and Levi. However, later a titan can be seen scooping up the remains of Zeke. Meanwhile, Yelena and the others have rounded up the military higher-ups, a lot of whom have also drunk the wine tainted with Zeke's spinal fluid. Yelena and Eren reveal their master plan to sterilize all Eldians so that no more Eldians can be born and the world will eventually be rid of the threat of Titans. Then PX shows up and says, "Actually, that's a pretty good plan, I reckon. Let me join you." She takes Eren outside into an obvious trap where the Jaw Titan appears and tries to eat Eren. Eren turns into the Attack Titan and gets ready for the rest of Season 4. And there we have it, all caught up. Pretty wild stuff, I know, but I hope it helps get you in the headspace to enjoy the rest of Season 4. Tavi and I will be covering the rest of the season as it plays out, so keep an eye out for those videos. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!